Previously on Live to Fish Outboard Repair is a Mercury 45 horse with tilt trim. And we had it fired up in the, well, it was on the boat in my driveway. It was the customer that had just bought that 85 horse I sold finally. He just we swapped out the engines, but he's asked me to go through this engine and find out what's wrong. So the final result is the Switchbox failed. The voltage DVAs are all proper. The resistances are all in spec. So the trigger, the stator are fine. It's the power pack that's bad. So I'm going to contact the customer, and that's what we're going to get on order and get this thing running again. Okay, just received the new Switchbox in the mail tonight. It does look a little different. It's you can actually see the circuit board in there. But it says it was made in China. I hope it's a decent one. Okay, here we go. I've got my spark checkers on. That bottom spark plug is far down there. I couldn't get one of these to light, but I've got my timing light on that one. So as I'm filming this, I'm going to crank it and see if we got spark. Got the new CDI switch box in. Oh, look at that. Good spark. Wow. Let's see if I got spark on that last cylinder. Okay, so that you can see it sparked. Okay, we're going to lower the leg here on the 45 Merc, and so start with this, and we'll continue on with the water pump. Just want to point out that this is missing the trim tab and the bolt that goes inside to hold the trim tab. So that's completely missing, and the cap that goes on top of that. So anyway, carry on. Okay, so that came off pretty easily. So this is good, a really good sign. Everything looks pretty clean inside. So I mean, definitely is a freshwater motor. It's been apart many times, so it's been serviced, it seems. So very good news. I like what I see here. Okay, the other pry areas here for a screwdriver, so I pried this up. So here's the big reveal on the water pump. So let's see what we have. Oh yes, we have broken fins and melted plastic. Yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 broken, 5 broken fins, 6 broken, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least 5, maybe that one in there's, nope, that's even broken. So all 6 fins are broken off. Now we got to find that plastic and see where it went. Yeah, okay. What is this here? What's a spacer that must, or a seal that must have went inside the pump. Okay. All right. So let's see what our plate looks like. Woodruff key's good. Get a hold of that. Plate's a little shiny, but we might not have to order a new one of those. The gasket don't look horrible either. All right, we'll pick it apart and see. We'll get that out of there and see what it looks like. Okay, the lower gasket actually seems like it's in pretty good shape. The housing, I'll have to get the pump out of there to look, but it does look like it's melted. Some of that, the fin had melted. Something is very hard plastic there that's got like a wall of plastic from being melted. It could be from the fins. We'll pull that out and take a look. Down here, you can see there's where it looks like there's some fin material or impeller material right here. Right in here. A couple of pieces right there. Have to get that out and run here. So hopefully it's all right here. Hopefully it's all right there. So, okay, let me clean that up and we'll get the fin impeller material out of there. And we ought to be good to go. I'll check the seals, make sure that they're not, I've got to drain the oil out of the lower unit, but I can check the, do a pressure test, vacuum test, and check the seals on the drive shaft in the shift shaft, and go from there. And we'll see what we got. Just wanted to give you a better view of that impeller. You can see how bad it is. So it hasn't been done in a while. And you can see that this is this cup inside here has been pretty bad. I don't know if there's grooves in it, like if I can reuse this or not, but I'm gonna try and clean it up and see if I can. If not, then we'll have to order a new pump housing and go from there. All right, well, it looks like I was able to save the housing in the cup. There's no deep grooves in it, but I might even have to do a little more cleaning on it. There's still some remnants of rubber there. But I was able to dig this out of there. This was actually melted in the bottom of this cup and fused down in there. So it popped out in one piece. But there's still some remnants in there, but I think that cup is still in good shape. The housing it doesn't look warped or anything. So I think I can reuse this housing and it'll be all good. So clean it up a little more, go from there. That saved the customer a little money. I used a Permatex gasket sealant, former gasket sealant liquid on the bottom of this plate where the gasket is to recondition it. It's not in bad shape at all. It's definitely reusable. So I'm going to reuse it. The plate looks okay. Get maybe another use or two out of it before you have to buy a whole new kit. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit of grease on the plate. It'll have something to give some lubrication to it. Okay. This is the Impeller Quicksilver, part number 47-89983T. That's the proper impeller. So we'll put this together, take it out of the package, and insert it. So, okay. Just need to turn it clockwise while I'm pushing down. And that seats the housing. Now, so put the washer and nuts back on. Washers and nuts. There's 3 of them. Go back over and see on top of that. This one goes to the base of the splines. Let's see. Well, why? Oh, there we go. Okay, that's where it sits. So I'll lube this up. I'll put some T4C lubricant on the splines. This has got the Teflon in it. And there's mercury approved oil or grease for this application. Okay. old grease on this shift shaft too. Clean that a little bit. Get that old grease off of there. This little doohickey here, I believe, is for the speedometer. It's based on a vacuum, but it doesn't look like anybody's been using it. So, okay. Now, I want to drain some oil out of this thing. Oh, here it is. Okay. Vent and drain screw. So I want to take a look at some of that oil. Let's see if there's any water intrusion. So, should drip into my. I'll just crack this open. I'm going to change it, but I don't want it coming out really, really fast. I just want to see what's coming. You know what? I want you in the picture too. So let's put you down here. That's where the oil is going to be coming out. And we'll see if we see any water. No, it looks pretty good. It looks like black oil to me. No water. Good. So that means that the seals are most likely good. There's not even any metal fines on the magnet, so wow, that's very nice. So I will open this up all the way up and let it all drain out. For the O-ring. Oh, there it went. This up. Okay, well, we'll let that drain and I'll come back. Okay, I've got this pumped up to almost 16 pounds, and it's been like that for probably close to an hour. So I'm good to go. I'm going to release the pressure, and then I'll do the vacuum check. Okay, there's 15 pounds, negative 15 pounds of mercury. So that's minus. So that's, I'm gonna let that hang. Come back and recheck it, maybe in a half hour or so. I know if my pressure's good, then probably my my vacuum will be too, but I don't want to assume it. So, okay. Okay, it's been at least half an hour. Just reach. Well, the oil was very black. There was no water that I could see, so I think this is fine. I think the spec is it's got to hold for at least 10 seconds or even 30 seconds or some ridiculous number like that. So, I mean, and then I walked away for half an hour, so I don't see a problem here. I think this is fine. It's sealed up, unit's ready to be installed. Okay. I'm going to take that vent plug off. Yeah. Get my plugs ready. I lost my bracket on that. Go nice and slow. Split that. This might say Lucas on here, but actually what I'm using is it's a Parts Master 8890 weight gear oil. It's SAE approved, and it's for outboard motors. It's got the API GL-5 specification for outboards. Oh, here it comes. Okay, give it a couple more squirts. Let some of that black crud come out of there. Okay. Let some of the air come out too. That's got a new washer on it now. I'll tighten that up. That's good. Okay. Now, this has also got a new washer on it. Get the leg back up installed, and then we'll get it in the test tank and we'll give it a run. Okay. So, it's going to go like that. And so, shaft is already. Hook my hip hoist to this. And we can do a tank test. Okay, got her in the tank, ready to start her up. I'm gonna fire it up now and see how she does. I just pumped the primer bulb, we're good to go. I just gotta choke it and give it the key and we'll see what happens. I'm gonna turn on my vent. Spun with the can't have that connected. Alright, she almost fired up. I'm going to try again. That was a high temperature alarm just rang. Yeah, she got hot. Oh. Not sure why. I see some water dripping out of here, but you know, I got the water tube hooked up properly. I don't get it. Well, at least we know the alarm works. I don't understand that. Pump them together okay. I have to take it back out, see what happened. Try and blow some fresh air up in here and see. Might be that head's plugged with rubber. That water pump is colored breaking apart. Okay, once I did the tank test, got the motor to operate with the new power pack Switchbox. I ended up finding out that I had a issue with it overheating. It was peeing out the Telltale, but it was also steaming hot, and that's not a good situation. So I ended up trying to, I'm still trying to find out where the issue is. And I believe it might be somewhere in these passages in here. I've got to remove the gasket here, this gasket material, and take a look inside some of these passages and see. There might be some water pellet debris stuck up in the water passage. If I can't find anything here, I'm going to have to pull the power head off. And once I do that, then I can probably remove the exhaust plate and take a look in there as well. Sometimes there's a little rubber grommet under the power head where the water comes in from the water tube, and those swell up and seize and restrict. So I'm hoping it's not that. I'm hoping it's in here somewhere, so I got to continue to look. So stay tuned. So I just opened this up. This looks to me like it's blocked. I actually tore this into this with I don't know if this is part of the gasket, but that's supposed to be a port right there to allow water to come through. And that looks completely blocked. So this might be the problem right here. But it also, I'm just wondering if it's gasket material or if this was with the wrong gasket. I don't know. But this port right here is supposed to be open so that water can come through and help clear or cool this whole power head. So that's strange to me. Why would that be blocked? I think there's one on each side. I'll have to look at that too. I'll get those cleared off. Maybe that gasket wasn't the correct gasket. Somebody replaced this gasket before? I don't know. But that's very strange. That port should be open so that water can flow in here. There's also passages here. There's holes. I don't know if you can see that or not on the side. Right there. There's a hole right there. It's hard to see on this angle. There, maybe you can see it now. Right there. That's a hole. There's one up here, kind of rusty. They're red. You can see the reddish looking hole. Pardon me. And there's another one down here, right there. So I'm gonna blow some compressed air in there just to make sure they're clear. There's also ports back in there, way back in there. You can see it. If you look way back in here, you can see that there's a port there. So, all right, I'm going to continue to work on this head and see, just see what I can do. Here we have it, folks. I think I just found the problem. I just used a pick to get in there and clean that out a little bit, and look what come out. It looks like a piece of impeller. Yeah, look at that. A couple pieces of impeller. Let me see if I can get in there. Yeah, I had it. There's one piece that fell out. There it is. There's one chunk of it. Maybe I can get in there with some compressed air and blow that out, because I did see another piece in there. Well, there she is. Those two pieces of impeller came out of that port, and that's big enough to block any passage of water. So that's my problem. I'm going to get a new gasket for this head, put it back together. I don't have to pull the head. I was hoping I didn't have to. So I'll get it back together and we'll tank test it again. So cross your fingers, and I'm sure that's what it is. But we'll get it back together and start the process over again. So.